All right, so this is kind of a breakdown from what we did over here when we talked about all of our unhappy, people and the big giant flowchart with what they're going to go through. So what we wanted to talk about now is what we thought that we needed to actually do for the potential client through each of these phases. And this is our first phase. So the first phase is we have somebody who's kind of unhappy, but they're also a little bit directionless. It's a professional who says, I hate my job. It's a military guy who says, I just want a civilian career that doesn't suck. Or it's a young student that doesn't like college. And one of the things that we kind of thought about here is that in reality, this person also is unlikely to be a mountain guide unless they're also already outdoorsy. For the military guys, that's probably pretty self-evident. They already don't like a traditional job. But for the college and for the professionals, we kind of felt that actually having something very, very early on to pre-qualify them, something about outdoors in the ads that we run or something along those lines, would be the right way to go. Because otherwise we just wind up with, a whole bunch of people, because everybody hates their job. We just wind up with a bunch of people at our website who are poorly qualified. So we don't necessarily want to just disqualify everybody who hates their job. But we figured the outdoors was a pretty good place to start with that. So what we thought was that we would start with some sort of AdWords ad, some combination of, hate your job? Well, want the sun blowing in your face, or you want, a daily adventure, you want some big giant challenges, then, mountain guide, maybe you could be a mountain guide. So, next thing that we're going to do is we've got a couple of different blog posts. These would be the landing pages where we talk about, and basically these are things that feed right into the attitude of it's time for you to do something different in your life. And we're not pushing what we do. We're not pushing, being a mountain guide. We're not over here yet. We're just pushing, it's time for you to make a change in your life, and you should definitely make a change in your life. And if you're ready to make a change in your life, here's some cool stuff that you get. So, we've got, the first thing is our life inventory quiz, which we've talked about over here. We've got an email called Coming Out of the Closet, which is, how do you tell all of your friends and family that you don't want a real job anymore? And then the third email in that would be success stories of someone who's done this. And the fourth one we've called Poodles Part 2, which is, again, just kind of a push. You need to get out of the nest. And the idea here would be to get people to hand raise and say, okay, I am interested in both changing my life, and I think that perhaps mountain guiding might be for me. And so this is where we get to our next step, which is on our whiteboard behind this one down here. There's our black cloud poking out from the top. There you go. There's our black cloud. So after they qualify, then they're going to have a whole bunch of questions about, oh God, what does it mean to be a mountain guide? And so that's what we've gotten to down here, and that's where we're going to start.